That's how I helped this client go from binge eating about 3 to 4 times a week to 4 weeks of no binge, and we're just beginning. So I actually asked her what are the things that she felt like helped her most, so I'm going to talk about those. All right, number one was food rules. I got her to write down all of her food rules, and she was shocked when she actually spent the time to write down like all of these different rules she has around food. It opened up her eyes to see just how restrictive everything was. So when we slowly took away those food rules, it naturally meant that she was going to be having way less physical restriction and mental restriction, because these rules were just like full of like policing, judgment, holding back, like restraint. So it felt so good for her to finally have the freedom to just have an ice cream after dinner instead of having to not eat after 7 p.m. So that was a huge one. And then the second one that she said was nervous system regulation. So this is something that I teach in the 30-day reboot as well. So if you're interested to know how it works, check that out. But what she said was, she was one of those types of personalities, kind of like me, who is, ambitious, high achiever, she's killing it at her job. And that also meant that her nervous system was kind of in fight or flight a lot of the time, just high stress and never really taking the time to consciously decompress. It was always just like, oh my God, get home after work, so stressed, all this builds up, this tension in her chest. And the easiest way that she knew how was just go to food. So when we learned nervous system regulation, got her to sort of like bring that baseline down often throughout the day, that was game changing. The last one, something that people don't talk too much about on social media, was learning to become more aware of what her actual needs are, tuning into her needs. So she's, as so many of my clients are, a people pleaser. She's working on it. But so part of it is like releasing that and learning to tune into who am I, what do I actually want? And then regarding food and exercise specifically, it was things like, okay, what do I actually want? Instead of, those years of like diet mindset, what you should be doing, it was like, wait, what do I actually want to do? What kind of exercise do I want to do? Do I even want to exercise? What do I actually want to order on the menu? Like finally listening to what she actually wants and respecting those needs. So those are her top 3 things that have really helped the most. And I'm very excited to see how things continue to go because it's still early days.